Let's take one more examples on call by value and pointers. So here you are asked to write a function named area underscore peri. It takes the radius of the circle and returns its area and perimeter to main. When you are given a problem like this, where you have to return two values, area and perimeter in this case, you should understand that this is a call by address program. The reason it's a call by address program is because using a return statement, you can return at most one value back to main. But here, you are asked to return two values and print the values in main. So let's see how the program looks like. So the main program, float radius, comma area, comma perimeter. My function will be void area underscore peri. It takes the radius of the circle, float r, and then it's going to take the address of area and the address of perimeter. So int star a, comma int star p. That's the function declaration. Even though this information is not given in the problem statement, you should understand that since you're returning the area and the perimeter, you have to send the address of area and perimeter to the area underscore peri function. And since you're sending the address of area and perimeter, you have to store them in pointer variables. Any changes that you make to a and p in the area underscore peri function is going to get reflected in area and perimeter variables here. Printf, enter r. So this is entered by the user. Scanf, %f, comma ampersand r. And the way I'm going to call my program is area underscore peri r, comma ampersand area, comma ampersand perimeter. So the call is made and the function is invoked. It's going to calculate the area and perimeter and then returns it back to main. So we can have a printf here which says area equals %f, comma perimeter equals %f, comma area, comma peri. There is another modification that I have to make, and the modification is that this has to be float star a and float star p. I'm going to explain the difference between int star and float star in just a moment. Then return 0 here. Let's write the function void area underscore peri float r, float star a, float star p. Open the function. Star a equals 3.14 times r times r. Star p equals 2 times 3.14 times r. That's it. Let's see how this program runs more clearly. So we are going to assume area variable, perimeter variable, and we have the r variable. Let's assume r is entered as 10.4. So our address is, let's say, 1000. Area has no value, address is 2000. Perimeter has no value, address is 3000. So the call for the function would be area underscore peri r, which is 10.4, address of area, which is 2000, and address of peri, which is 3000. So 10.4 is copied to r, 2000 is copied to a, which means a is a pointer to area variable, and 3000 is copied to p, which means p is the pointer to perimeter variable. So star a equals 3.14 times r. So this becomes 3.14 times 10.4 times 10.4. So that result is going to be put in star a, which is, let's say, x. So remember, star is value at address, a is 2000. So value at address 2000 gets this value, which is x. It's a number, I'm not going to calculate it. And this is star p equals y. So value at address p, which is 3000, equals to y. So perimeter gets this y value. So the changes that we have made here are going to get incurred here as well into these variables. Therefore, once the function is ended, it's going to come back to this printf statement and say area equals to percentile f, that is x, and perimeter equals to percentile f, that is y. And that's you end the program. The important point to note here is the difference between int star I and float star, let's say k. So int star I indicates that I holds an address and this address contains an integer. Similarly, float star k indicates k holds an address and this address contains a floating point number. Remember, addresses are always integers, so k and I are both going to store integers. But the difference is float star indicates that whatever address k has stored, that address is going to contain a floating point number. And for I is going to contain an integer address and that integer address is going to hold an integer. So this is a key difference that you need to understand.